Okay, so we have this topic that is related to biodiversity, that is petrosaur species. It is related to GS paper 3, and there is a picture of that species, this size. Now, researchers have described a petrosaur species with opposable thumbs, which could likely to be earliest known instance of the limb, which are characteristics of petrosaur species. The petrosaur species were reptile, close cousins of dinosaurs. It also resembles like this, and the first animal after instinct to evolve powered flight. They evolve into various species, while some were at as large as F-16 fighter jet, means huge in size. Others were as small as paper airplanes. So the new petrosaur fossil was discovered in the Theogytian formation of Liaoning, China. That is in China. We have discovered that, and it's thought to be 160 million years old. Thought to be 160 million years old. It is very older species we have found. It has now been named as Conpangopoteris antipolycotis, meaning monkey dactyl. Means it's a monkey dactyl, and it's a little bit different name they have given to it. And now, what have the researchers found? The finding could be the first discovery of the petrosaur with an opposite thumb. The researcher team scanned the fossil of K. antipolyctus using microcomputed tomography, micro-CT, a technique making use of X-ray to image an object. By studying this forelimb morphology, the musculature that suggests that K. antipolyctus could have used its hand for grasping, which is likely an adaptation for arboreal life. Now, the paleontologists have identified that species as a petrosaur that have lived over 177 million years ago in today's Western Canada. Now named Cretodacron boreas, it was believed to be one of the largest flying animals, which flew over the heads of the dinosaur with a wingspan of over 10 meters. Why it is opposability of the thumb important? Opposability of the thumb helps to simultaneously flex, abduct, and immediately rotate the thumb in a way that one is able to bring the tip of the thumb to touch the tips of their fingers. Along with humans, some ancient monkeys that apes also had opposable thumbs. Humans have relatively longer and distinctly placed thumb and a larger thumb muscular, meaning that the human tip-to-tip precision grips for holding smaller objects is superior to non-human primates. Now, this is the reason that the humans are able to hold a pen, unscrew an earring stopper to put a thread through a needle hole. That is the grip. Now we have another topic, that is the Indian EU Climate Cooperation. It is related to environment. The Paris Agreement commits us to achieving net zero emission in the second half of the century on the basis of equity and efforts to eradicate poverty. Now, India's efforts to decouple growth from the fossil fuel has a potential to make economic development more sustainable. Now, India is demonstrating how efforts to cut emissions and increase prosperity can reinforce each other for improving quality of urban life and public health. Now, the cooperation, like India, the EU also faces the challenges of greening and growing its economy and promoting the just transactions that leaves no one behind. Both are still dependent on the import of the polluting fossil fuels. There is a need to find ways to decarbonize without deindustrializing. Now, both are developing strategies to introduce green hydrogen through international part- partnerships such as Mission Innovation and International Solar Alliance. Both are collaborating on exploring how heavy industries that connect our economy can produce steel and other goods without producing greenhouse gases emissions. Now, what are the way forward in this? That as close partners in trade and investment, both must work to accelerate investment in zero carbon tech and align finances more closely to achieve the Paris goals. There is a need to ensure additional stimulus into our economy to spur a green recovery from COVID crisis. Now, cooperation through the international platform of sustainable finance enables us to share ideas on how to help investors identify green investments. And also, we have another topic that is related to this environment. This is net zero emission. What we need to understand about this. So the private member bill introduced in the Lok Sabha urged that Indian government to commit a net zero emission target by 2050. But this has many challenges. There will be a broader social and economic consequences of transitioning to clean energy, and government should manage this transition to avoid replicating existing imbalance. Now, coal phase out plans should include a roadmap for workers and communities dependent on fossil fuels to ensure just transitions as was done in other countries. Now, coal value chain. In financial year 20, India consumes approximately 942 million tons of coal, of which 730 million ton was produced domestically. Now, as a coal mining uses highly unproductive technologies, job of a larger number of people employed will be threatened upon switching to a cleaner resource of energy. Now, for trucking and railways, coal forms nearly 40% of freight revenue. This sector will face a serious revenue loss, and the employees dependent on these sectors will have implications. Now, employees and revenue of coal consuming sectors like power, steel, sponge iron, etc., are also seriously affected. What are other coal economies with statecrafts coal, non legal small scale coal minings in the northeast, and substance coal small scale collaring run to on village commons, usually bordering formal mines, also get affected. Now, what are the challenges here? The challenges is in transitioning coal workers in India. Also, it's difficult because of factors like education, skill levels, willingness to migrate, and caste system. Revenue from coal and allied services from a significant portion of receipts in India's coal bearing regions.